welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first ever monthly check-in video. I'm really excited to start this new series. I've seen so many of my favorite YouTubers do it, like Michelle Reed and Carter Sullivan. Also shout out to Poppy. I know you've been filming videos like this and I was like, that's great. Like, it's a great video. It's also great for yourself to like set goals every single month. So I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon and I hope you guys will enjoy this new series and this video. So as many of you may know, at the beginning of the year, I went through pretty hard time. I lost my job and then I was struggling with a lot of financial anxiety, getting used to my new life and routine. Yes, we have a dog next to me. Getting used to my new life and routine as a content creator and a freelance writer, and just like everything had changed. And while I was really happy, I also felt very lost. I felt like I wasn't in a routine. I felt like the ground below me was very shaky, and I'm finally starting to feel more stable. And something that I've been thinking about and that I had been thinking about and was actually while watching one of Carter's videos, I've always kind of looked up to Carter. Hi Carter, if you're watching. And when I was watching her video, I was like, this girl sets goals every single month and like most of those goals she achieves. And like, that's amazing. And it's not only about like achieving every single goal you set, but like, if you haven't set a goal, how can you achieve it, right? And if you don't write it down and be thoughtful and mindful about setting a goal, well, the chances of you achieving it are so much lower. So to me, this isn't just about like being productive all the time and like setting unrealistic goals or setting so many goals, or like, it's not about that to me. It's really just more about being mindful and like checking into your life. And we all have goals, we all have dreams, we all have things we want to accomplish. And I think we can get there faster and with less turbulence if we can write these down and check in with ourselves and hold each other accountable in a really kind and uplifting way. So that is my intention for this video. And if that speaks to you, well, keep on watching, subscribe if you're new, all of that. And yeah, let's start. So I have my computer with me and I want to check in first of all with some of the goals that I set in March. Now, I didn't do any like explicit March goals, but I wrote down a few random ones and I put them into Notion. And while I was looking at them the other day, I realized like, oh, I actually accomplished some of these. So I figured that would be a good starting point to talk about. And then we will get into my actual goals for the month of April. Okay, so you can see on the screen here, I set a couple goals for March that some of them have already been checked off. So the first was to upload 3 times weekly to YouTube, which I did. So good. I really got into like a consistent video schedule and that was awesome. Second was to film 2 of my long planned videos. The first was Toxic Workplace, which I did. The second was a specific and like educated research stock and investing video, which I did not get around to doing, unfortunately. The next goal was to keep a clean and tidy home. And I know that can sound silly, but I've never been someone who's very good at like keeping up with household chores. I tend to let things get dusty. I tend to let my floors get a bit dirty, especially with having a dog. I really have to keep more on top of it. And that is a new habit that I started in March. And I'm really happy to say that I'm getting a lot better at it. And I'm excited to like keep getting better. You guys may have also kind of noticed that from my vlogs. I spend way more time cleaning now, but it really just contributes to like a nicer environment at home and more peace of mind, and it feels great. And the last one, I wrote this down just for fun. And you guys, this is crazy. Like, I don't know about you, but I fully believe in manifestation. Writing something down, sometimes just forgetting about it, and then it comes into being and it happens. So I wrote book tickets to Florida because I really wanted to go to Florida with my boyfriend like one more time before it becomes summer. We're really lucky and his mom has a house there, so we can fly to Florida and actually stay for free. So it makes for a really affordable vacation. And I forgot that I wrote this down. It was feeling like it wasn't gonna happen because tickets were like $400, really expensive. I know 400 isn't like, to some people that might not be that expensive, but just for where I'm at in life right now, it was too much. So we didn't book. And then last minute, his mom called him and was like, I'm going with your aunt for like 4 or 5 days. Do you and Zoe wanna come? And he was like, well, I can't come, but maybe Zoe could go. And his mom was like, yeah, invite her. And I was like, is that weird that I just go with your mom and your aunt? And they were just so kind, and they were like, yeah, come with us, like girls trip. So I am going with my boyfriend's mom and his aunt. They're actually twins, which is so cool. I'm going with them to Florida, and I got really cheap tickets because we're gonna actually fly out of Plattsburgh, which is an American airport about a 2-hour drive from here in Montreal. So his mom planned everything. I get to stay for free. All I have to do is like pay for groceries and my airfare. So it's turned into a really inexpensive vacation, and I wanted to share the story with you guys. One, because I'm really excited, but two, because it just shows how writing something down, like you can say like, oh, had I not written it down, I'd still be going to Florida. And it's like, yeah, probably, but it feels even more special that I feel like remembering this is something I really wanted, and that it comes to be unexpectedly is really, really fun. So that's what I wrote down for March. Now let's talk about what I have planned for April. Later on, I also am gonna take you guys over to my desk, and we're gonna sit down and really like write out a system for this, because I find it's one thing to just like speak it out loud, but if you write it down and you can track it somewhere, then that's even better. So I'm going to build a sort of goal and habit tracker in Notion. I'm gonna show you guys that in this video. I may also do it on paper, but I feel like on the computer, it's just gonna be easier to check things off. But yeah, I keep talking about Carter, but I really like how she writes hers down in kind of like a bullet journal format. So I don't know, we'll head over to the desk and figure out that later. But for now, let's just chat about the goals. Also, you guys, before we continue, write down in the comments, what are some of your goals for the month of April? I would love to know. And then as we continue this series, we can like check in with each other. I think that'd be really fun. So let me know in the comments. Okay, so I divided these between financial, personal, and career goals. So we're gonna talk a little bit about money first, which I know you guys will like. So first things first, my first goal is to track my spending throughout the month. And by the time my credit cards are due, which is around the 20th, it's actually like on the dot, the 22nd, to have put aside enough money already to pay them off. So if you are familiar with my monthly money series, you know that like every month I had gotten into this habit of like being shocked at what I was owing on my credit cards because I just didn't keep up with my spending. I switched to a prepaid card, which really did help with that, but you still have those recurring payments. I still had things like my therapy and prescription payments like last month that add up, and you can forget about them if you're not checking, right? Credit cards are so sneaky. They don't want you to know how much you've spent. They just want you to keep blindly spending, right? So a lot of you guys commented on my videos being like, you need to check in with yourself. Like some people commented that they check in daily. I'm not gonna do that, but a weekly check-in and just keep putting money aside. I have a savings account called Saving to Spend. And just sort of treating my credit cards more like a debit card, where once a week I look at my transactions and I'm like, okay, I spent $200 between groceries and gas, let's say, like whatever, that's expensive, but let's just say 200 bucks. Then I take from my checking account or from the accounts where I keep my paychecks. I have a lot of accounts, but I take it from my actual cash and put that into my Saving to Spend. That way, when my credit cards are due in the middle of the month, there's no surprise at how much I'm owing, and there's no scrambling and wondering if I'm gonna be able to pay off my credit cards and have money to save. So I think that's gonna be a great system paired with my kind of new budget, which is less money on the prepaid card and only using the prepaid card for like eating out, dog stuff, like fun, and having a stricter budget on my credit cards for groceries, gas, etc. I think this is gonna just get me into a really healthy place financially and a much less anxious place, because that has been my problem, is I'm just so anxious when it comes to personal finance. So that's my big goal for the month financially. My next goal is to add $1,000 is to add $1,000 to my emergency fund. So my goal for my emergency fund is to have it at $10,000. Right now it's sitting at about $4,000. So I just really want to get my emergency fund funded. I feel like that will also help a lot with my anxiety. So $1,000 is my goal this month. And this is the thing, I think with a lot of financial goals, what I like to do is, you know that expression, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you will land among the stars. It's like, aim higher. You know, don't set an unrealistic goal that will discourage you so you don't put any money into savings. But if I set a goal of $1,000 and I only do 500, then that's great. Compared to if I set 500 and then I only do 200, well, that's less great, right? Obviously, like, no matter the amount, it's still good. You're still contributing, but like, assess your income, assess your monthly expenses, choose a number that feels doable, maybe on the higher, more challenging side of doable, and see what you can get done. So I'm choosing $1,000. It's fun because when I was working really diligently at paying off my student loans, $1,000 was my number. And it felt like it was such a big number the first time I said it, but I did it. I did it the first month and I got that momentum and I just was obsessed, and that's how I paid off my debt so fast. So I'm like, if I can apply that mentality to my savings, imagine where I'll be, you know? I worked so hard to pay off my debt and I'm not quite working as hard to build my savings, and I wanna change that. So this is gonna be the start there. So those are my only two financial goals. I wanted to keep it simple yet challenging, and I really do think those two goals will propel me forward. And the underlying reasoning there is just, let's reduce the financial anxiety. Let's get to a peaceful, comfortable place with my finances. I think everybody deserves that. No matter your income, no matter whether you get paid every week the same amount, or you're a freelancer like me, or you're a student and your income's super variable, we all deserve to have that peace of mind. That is my goal. Let's talk about personal goals. Now, my main focus on a personal level lately has really been my health and fitness routine. I've been working so hard at working out consistently. I've been trying my best with nutrition, and it feels good. So I wanna keep it up. I wanna keep up the momentum. So these are the goals that I had written down. The first is to drink 2 liters of water daily. Now, some of you may laugh because 2 liters isn't a lot, but I am so bad at drinking water, you guys. Like, I just don't. I will drink like coffee, I will drink tea all day long. I could drink bubbly water all day long, but flat water, I'm like, ugh. But anyways, I've got these new cups that I got from a juice bar called Just Pressed here in Montreal. They like give you these jars with your smoothie, and I've been having fun drinking out of them. So these are 500 milliliters, which means 4 of those in a day, which is super doable. So I'm gonna start with that goal, even though it's like the bare minimum of water that I should be drinking, but I haven't been doing it. So starting with this, and then I wanna work my way up to 3. And this is the kind of thing, this is the goal where the habit tracker comes in, because you need to keep track of that. You need to keep track every single day, did you hit your water goal? So that's why I wanna build that into Notion, so that every day I can go in and check it off when I do it and really hold myself super accountable. My next goal on a personal level is to try 3 new recipes. Now, I am not a cook, but I want to be. I wanna be someone who's comfortable and confident in the kitchen, someone who feels inspired to try new recipes and just doesn't eat pasta with tomatoes on top every day, because if you know, you know, that is my go-to. So I really wanna try cooking new recipes. When was it? I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I spent the entire day on Saturday cooking 2 recipes for dinner and 1 recipe for dessert. And it was a lot of work. It really was. But I felt so good and accomplished after that I just wanna keep that up. So my goal is over the month to try 3 new recipes, whether it's dinner, whether it's baking, whatever it may be. I wanna find a recipe either online or from some of the cookbooks that I already have and try them out. Lastly, my last goal, it's again fitness related, is to do 4 workouts a week. That is my goal, to just keep up with my movement. You know, I have this Apple Watch and I really like it. I don't know if closing my rings every day, like I have a love-hate relationship with this thing and these rings. So I'm like, let me just stick it to like 4 workouts a week. And if I do more, even better. I've actually been doing, I think, my kind of go-to has been like 5 or 6 lately, but I'm setting the goal at 4 to just keep it healthy. As opposed to financial goals, fitness goals are not one where I can do that whole shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you land among the stars, because I get more discouraged and hard on myself with this. So I'm like, take it easy on yourself. And that's where it's really important to like know yourself and know the tactics and the techniques that motivate you. Because you could be the opposite. You could be like, I'm gonna tell myself to work out every day, and if I work out 4 days, then that's great. And I'm gonna be strict with the numbers, right? You gotta learn what works for you, and this is what works for me. The next section is career. So I feel like I've been doing really good with my writing career, I guess. I have one contract. It gives me the perfect amount of work lately. I had to speak up and ask for it last month, which was a great lesson that I learned, but that's going really well. They seem to be really happy. They gave me some feedback and said that, so I'm working on job postings for the most part. They said that these are the best job postings they've ever posted, which made me so happy. So that's good news. Now, where I want to keep working and what I want to be the center of my career, what makes me the ultimate happiest is YouTube. I just love it so much. I can't even express how happy it makes me, and how doing this as a career like blows my mind and is a dream come true. So I just want to keep pushing myself there and growing, and not just growing in terms of numbers, but growing in terms of what I can do and ways that I can connect with you guys. For example, one of the goals I wrote here is to complete vlog week. I have never uploaded a video every single day for a week straight, and I freaking did it, you guys. And it felt so good on so many levels, because first of all, it just felt good to work hard and complete something. It was a lot of work, not just to film every single day, but really to edit every single day and to upload at the same time every single day, and to be very, very diligent. And I forgot my memory card. I have to drive back to my boyfriend's house where I left it to get it. Like, there's no slacking. You're uploading every single day. And that discipline and achieving that felt so amazing. So yeah, spoiler alert, I did it. I mean, you guys saw it. But the best part of it was the way that I could connect with you all every single day, and the comments you guys left, and the way you were like, I'm watching this every day, I'm watching this while I work, it's helping me get through my work day, or it's helping me wind down, or it's helping me get ready in the morning. Like, to be there I could get emotional, but to be with you guys through all those parts of your day means so much to me, because I love YouTube. Like, I love watching YouTube, and I love how my favorite YouTubers integrate into my life. So the fact that I get to do that for you is just like, and then I got to do that every day. You can't fake this. Wow. I'm like sad that it's over. As I'm filming this, it's Friday, it's the last day of vlog week, and I'm like, we got to do that again, because it was just great. It was so great. So that was one of my goals. The next thing is I want to get a new sponsor for the month of May, to have 4 sponsored videos in total. I think 4 is a great number. Sometimes I don't think I've ever done more than 4. Maybe in the month of April, I might have a little bit more than 4, but 1 sponsored video a week is kind of like my go-to, because yeah, it's just like a nice balance, and finding sponsors that I love and companies that I love to promote is just like, once again, a dream come true. So I would like to get 1 new sponsor for the month of May and have 4 sponsored videos in total. And the last one is going to be, I have this video looming over my head that I set myself the goal to do, and I keep procrastinating doing it, which is to film a video all about investing and contributing to your retirement savings. I talked about this before, but I really wanted to like research this and make this a video that you can keep coming back to, very informational and just like facts-based, and it just feels like a very daunting task, but I don't want to keep putting it off. I want to do it, and I want to get it done this month of April. So that is on the list there. So that is all of my goals for the month. So I realize I've been talking so much already. We're gonna skip over all of my like longer term goals, because some of them just really align with what I've said. Actually, all of them pretty much do. I'm just reviewing it right now. And if you're curious to what those are and you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it down below or on the screen here, so you can check in with that. But I think what's more important is that we build a system to track these goals for the month. So I'm gonna head over to my desk and do that, and then I'll see you guys over there and I'll show you what I did. Oh, puppy. What a life, eh? My desk is a bit of a mess, but I just changed the setup. I added back my second screen, and it actually just feels way more official. I feel like I can be more productive this way. All right, so I think I made a pretty good tracking system. I did it on Notion, and I will do a screen share now. Just before, I just wanna say, I'm still figuring out Notion. I feel like I'm getting better, but I know that there's more like ways in which I could make this look better. So I'm gonna watch some tutorials after, but I just wanted to get this done in time for the video. So yeah, let me show you guys what I made. All right, so what we're looking at right now is this April goals page that I made. They just randomly assigned the bikini emoji. I kind of liked it. So this is a page that's embedded within my bigger goals section. You can see on the screen here. So I have like my big goals that I set, some roadblocks. This was a brain dump that I did, and this is the final page, so you can just click into it. So I started by writing down all of the overall goals. That way at the end of the month, I can just go check, 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 and check off each and every one of them here. I highlighted the text in the background. To do that, you can just click on those 6 dots here, color, and then you choose a color for the whole background. That will highlight the bar on everything. If you just want to highlight the text, you would just select the text and then right click and do the same thing. To get the checkboxes to appear, you just do slash and then to do, and it will make the checkbox appear. But then once you keep typing, just like a bulleted list, it will keep going down. So that's that, quite easy. I then put in this divider just by doing slash, and then divider shows up. And then I was able to do these drop down pages. What's nice is that everything looks condensed when you look at the page like this, but then here's where I was able to get really nitty gritty. Now I highlighted this whole thing and it highlighted the rest of the text, so it looks a bit weird, but just bear with me, guys. So what I did here was I wanted to outline something that every single day I can go in and track whether or not I did it. So that would be the water and the workout. I separated it by week 1, and then I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Now, what I wanted to be able to do was have them all side by side, but I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I'm gonna need to spend some time playing around, and hopefully next month I'll be able to show you guys like a little bit of an upgraded system. But this is really simple. All of you guys should be able to copy this at home. Just use the slash command and then to do. You can italicize the text like I did, highlight it. I already showed you how to do that. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Friday. I don't really track things on the weekend because I just like to not worry about stuff like that on the weekend. So I just did Monday to Friday. And then you can actually check this off. These buttons are interactive, which is really cool. So I just repeated that by copy pasting for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4 of April. So every single day I can come in and just do a quick checkbox, yes or no. Did I drink my water? Did I do my workout? And then you can shrink this back. So that's really nice. It doesn't take up too much space. You're not always scrolling when you're looking for something. The next is weekly goals. I did the same thing, but just without having the daily aspect. So did I upload 3 times a week? Yes. Did I try a new recipe? Yes. Did I buy my healthy groceries? I added this after the fact because I do want to track that. And did I track my spending? So you can go in and do that. And this was pretty easy to make. Maybe hence why it doesn't look the absolute best, but it's gonna do the job. All right, you guys, that is that for my first monthly check-in. I would love to know your thoughts on this video and this new series down below. Thank you so much for watching. And also don't forget to let me know in the comments what some of your goals are for the month of April. I can't wait to check in with you guys in the next monthly segment to see how we all did. And until then, you can of course keep up with me in my vlogs. And that's that. I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.